You've done the inspection, but writing the report is difficult? Especially for submissions to public institutions, the format and content can be quite tricky. Today, I will share some practical and actionable tips for writing inspection reports that even beginners can easily follow and master. An inspection report is not just a mere document listing the current status of facilities or processes. It is, in fact, an exceptionally important tool that profoundly proves your expertise, meticulousness, and dedication, thereby significantly enhancing the overall credibility and authority of the institution you represent. Please always keep in mind this fundamental principle: a thoughtfully structured and eloquently written report can possess a far stronger and more enduring persuasive power than even 10 spoken words, no matter how skillfully delivered. We often tend to think of inspection reports as simply a formal procedural requirement, a bureaucratic hurdle to be cleared, but in reality, this comprehensive document serves as an absolutely vital communication channel that effectively conveys the hard work, diligent effort, and professional judgment we have painstakingly invested into our assigned tasks. Therefore, the inherent quality, clarity, and precision of the report are directly and inextricably linked to your demonstrated work capabilities and professional competence, and ultimately, it is also intrinsically connected to the public image and reputation of the esteemed organization you belong to. Now, let's take a detailed and systematic look at the specific steps involved in writing an exemplary inspection report, and meticulously examine the key points and best practices for each individual step. Through this comprehensive process, I will do my absolute best to guide and equip you so that your report writing skills can confidently and effectively advance to the next professional level. The first crucial step in this process is to meticulously create the cover page, which can be thoughtfully considered the very face and initial ambassador of the entire report. The cover page is undeniably the first impression the report makes on its reader, and is, therefore, the most fundamental and critical part of the document. It can be easy to overlook its importance or treat it as a secondary concern. But a meticulously neat, perfectly accurate, and professionally presented cover page profoundly influences the overall credibility, seriousness, and trustworthiness of the entire report, just as a well-groomed and appropriately dressed appearance leaves a remarkably positive and lasting impression at a crucial first meeting. The cover of the report plays an analogous and pivotal role in creating an immediate and favorable first impression for every reader and stakeholder. The cover page must prominently and clearly include 4 key pieces of essential information. First, the full and official name of the institution. The precise and official name of the institution or department submitting the report must be accurately and unambiguously stated. For example, please clearly and distinctly indicate the responsible organizations such as U City Hall, Facility Management Department, U Corporation, Safety and Health Team, and Korea U Institute of Technology. This explicit declaration is absolutely fundamental to clearly stating the authoritative source of the report, and unequivocally emphasizing its status as an official, sanctioned document. Secondly, it is the specific project name or inspection name. Utilize specific, descriptive, and exceedingly clear titles, so that the exact type and scope of the inspection activity can be understood at a single glance. Examples include, report on the comprehensive results of regular safety inspections of major facilities. In the first half of 2024, report on maintenance and performance. Improvement inspections of the U system and associated infrastructure, or report on the operational status inspection of emergency generators for disaster, preparedness and business continuity. A name that precisely and eloquently reflects the inherent nature and core purpose of the project or inspection is always preferable and highly recommended. It is paramount to select a name that clearly and concisely reveals the essence and explicit purpose of the project. The critical objective here is to allow the title alone to provide an immediate and insightful idea of the key content, primary objectives, and significant findings contained within the report. Thirdly, it is the exact inspection period. Meticulously enter the precise start and end dates. indicating exactly when the inspection activities were conducted. Clearly specify the start and end dates down to the exact year, month, and date to indicate the precise and unambiguous timeframe of your diligent work. This meticulous level of detail is absolutely crucial for accurate record-keeping, reliable historical reference, and unequivocally verifying the timeliness and currency of the inspection data. For instance, clearly stating, inspection period January 1, 2024, to January 15, 2024 feet provides an unambiguous and readily verifiable timeline. Without such specific dates, readers might justifiably question the recency or continued relevance of the data and observations presented, thereby potentially undermining the report's overall authority and factual basis. This detailed temporal information also greatly assists in planning and scheduling. Future inspections are necessary follow-ups, making it an indispensable element for both internal organizational stakeholders and external regulatory bodies. Fourthly, include the official report submission date. This is the precise date on which the report is officially completed, formally approved, and subsequently submitted to the relevant parties. It might often coincide directly with the inspection's end date, but it is equally common for there to be a necessary processing, review, and approval period. It is absolutely vital to clearly distinguish between the actual inspection period and the official submission date, as the latter signifies the formal release and acceptance of the document. For example, if an inspection physically concludes on January 15, but the comprehensive report undergoes a thorough review process and is finally formalized and approved on January 30, the submission date should accurately reflect January 30. This distinct date acts as a critical timestamp for the report's official validity and meticulously marks its definitive entry into official organizational records. Accurately dating the submission provides an exceptionally important reference point for any subsequent actions, strategic decisions, or policy adjustments that are based upon the report's findings and recommendations. Finally, and often situated near the end of the cover page or on a subsequent page for clarity, the cover page should also include the full names and authoritative signatures of the preparer and, crucially, the reviewers. While not always a separate, standalone item physically located on the main cover itself, a dedicated and clearly labeled section for signatories, often strategically placed at the bottom or on a preceding internal page, adds an essential and undeniable layer of accountability, authenticity, and official sanction. The preparer's name explicitly acknowledges the individual or team who meticulously authored and compiled the report, while the reviewer's signatures unequivocally indicate that the content has been rigorously validated, thoroughly checked, and officially approved by authorized personnel. This comprehensive process robustly establishes a clear chain of responsibility, significantly enhancing trust, and explicitly demonstrates that the report has undergone a stringent internal quality assurance and verification check. For reports destined for public institutions or regulatory bodies, this formal endorsement and approval are absolutely paramount for both legal compliance and administrative integrity. It confidently assures all stakeholders that the report is not only factually accurate and thoroughly researched, but also officially sanctioned and supported by the relevant authoritative bodies within the organization, including readily accessible contact information for the primary preparer or a designated departmental point of contact. Can also prove to be exceptionally beneficial, facilitating direct and efficient inquiries if any. Further clarification or discussion is required concerning the report's contents. A meticulously prepared and professionally executed cover page, therefore, serves as far more than just a simple introductory sheet. It is, in essence, a vital and foundational component that authoritatively frames the entire report, powerfully setting the appropriate tone and context for its detailed content, and ultimately, profoundly enhancing its perceived reliability, professional gravitas, and overall persuasive impact.